Good morning, gamers. Should I turn on invulnerability here? Okay, speed hack doesn't really work unless I speed up the macro, which maybe I could do. Let me turn that off and turn speed. I could maybe like double time the game and the macro. Sub rev. Oh god, hog stuck. I'd like to drive my warthog onto the slope, please. Thank you. There's a freeze AI, isn't there? Freeze AI. Do I want to drive up a little more? Or down a little more even? F1 is checkpoint. Is that working? Okay. This should give a pretty good result. You guys ready for it? Just want to see it? Why isn't it getting my controller? Is my controller not? You ready? Let's hope this works. Okay, so I mean it was cool, but I mean I didn't blow any minds. I mean we went fast, right? We went fast. We've got like 3/4 of our velocity is horizontal, which means we should get up to about 75's horizontal speed here. New glitch to this. Yo, what up, Bismus? We found Pedro spots, sorta. I'm building, if you look at the velocity in the bottom right, I'm currently building 26 horizontal speed, and it has the vertical component of like 10 right now. Will this also make runs quicker or more for fun? It will probably not make anything more fun, but it will maybe be useful for co-op speedruns. I don't know about single player. It'll probably make some single player glitches more accessible. It's too early to know for any speedrun application though. Alright, well now we've got a lot of speed. Check this out. You guys ready? Oh, I went... Why did I jump before I moved? I might have jumped before I moved. I was trying to time it so that I could jump as soon as it made me go, but it didn't seem to work like I wanted. I went backwards instead of forward. I think I did it wrong. I gotta tap forward better. Make it a warp through wall. I mean, it takes minutes to gain up speed enough fast enough to warp like that. You're not really warping. It's like straight line. You go so fast that you can teleport through things. Like you're moving so quickly, you basically teleport. But it's not like full on teleporting. And as you see, it also takes like a long time to build up that speed. So like this is slower than driving across the bridge as of now. We need faster ways to build speed. Or something different. I don't know. Because right now I have about 20 speed, and 20 speed is fast, but a swordfly is like 12. So like we're going like barely faster than twice a swordfly right now. If I were to kick this off and it works, we will fly forward with like twice a swordfly. Maybe bark, yeah. But the problem is you fall timer and die immediately, so you need to find a way to live the fall timer as well. But yeah, like see, there's so many things that could work, but you just die. I think in multiplayer you might be able to solo clip into the burial mound's skybox with this because there isn't a fall timer in multiplayer. All right, so we should be about 3 times faster than a swordfly now. Let's see how this goes. There we go. That was pretty good. Oh, I got a checkpoint. Is there a double revert? Force double revert. Okay, I was worried that I would like bonk this, but it looks like I have so much speed I don't even have to worry about jumping. So I'll just... Or did I almost... Did I... Where did I jump from? Did I jump from here or on the other side of it? I think I jumped from the other side of it. I'm just gonna let it max out speed this time. We'll get to the very cap. Maybe I should try editing... Oh, I can't tab out while this shit's going. Frick. I want to edit my macro to maybe be compatible with upping the game speed. So if I turn game speed to move twice as fast, it'll crouch twice as fast. Alright, we're just gonna let this sit. If you guys are wondering what numbers we're looking at, look in the lower right. The number that says XY is my horizontal speed. So by crouching on this setup that I've made, I'm gaining horizontal speed right now. As soon as I get out of the spot that I'm stuck, the speed will activate and it'll launch me. So just slowly that number's gaining and gaining. The absolute highest it can go is 100 as far as I know. In terms of like the game physics still working. And the terminal velocity of Master Chief is 50. So once you reach 100, you can like impulse to that fast, but you basically teleport. And then if you start like keeping your momentum by like jumping, then you'll be capped at like 50 units per second. So 50 is like the terminal velocity, but you can go faster, if that makes sense. Dang, it wrapped back around before it got to 100. It looked like it got to 93 on XYZ. Was anyone watching? I'm gonna let it get like barely before. It'll get to the exact same number again, but we gotta wait. But it looked like it got to like 93 or something. Anyone on the YouTube stream or with Turbo on Twitch, can you scroll back and tell me what the XYZ value was right before it reset? You don't need to like get like frame perfect and tell me the decimal, just okay, 93. Any theories on yet as to why this gives speed? Yeah, I think I have it figured out in my head. Not like 100%, but basically, crouching gives you downward velocity. Whenever your hitbox goes from being tall to being short, you're basically being pushed into a ball, right? And that force gives you downward velocity. But in that action, your feet are still stuck on the ground, so nothing happens. You never notice it unless you were falling. Then you know that crouching in the air might make you fall faster. Some people know that. So just with that in mind, like that downward velocity, there's a new glitch we discovered now though that like they stack, and as long as you're in the grounded state and I'm gonna watch these numbers for a second before I do this. Actually, no, we got time. Okay, so yeah. So when you're in the grounded state, there is a normal vector, which is just if you just consider an arrow, the arrow is drawn outward from the slope. So if you're on the slope, the arrow points directly away from the slope. If the ground is flat, the arrow would point straight up. If it's a slope, then it starts to point like slanted sideways, right? So whenever you crouch on a slope, instead of that going straight down, it actually goes like with that normal vector horizontally and down. And by doing some different setups, we now, so like I've made, there's one, so this warthog has two faces. One of the slopes is this way. It's kind of, if you consider it a triangle, like it comes up and meets at a point, and then it goes down and goes back down towards the marine. So I'm standing at the very point of the triangle, and my crouches are coming from the slope that's on the left. So this, I can even draw it in paint, I guess. Does this show up on the screen? Add window capture. So yeah, if you consider like the warthog is just a simple geometric shape that's like this, I'm crouching basically, give me my shapes. I am right at the peak of this side of the triangle, and so the arrow that we talked about was, this arrow. It goes like straight into the slope. So when I crouch, my angle is both horizontal and vertical. There's two different components to it, right? So some of it's going downwards and some of it's going horizontal. But then it's every time I do it, it stores and stores and stores, and as long as my feet are grounded, it's just going to keep adding that downward speed every single time. As soon as I take a step, the speed will activate, and if I take the step this way, now all that downward force is going to slide me down the slope and forward along the slope, and I'm going to use the warthog as a ramp, and I'm going to kick off all the speed and slide forward. And I have 90 speed saved up right now, so if I tap forward and I slide down the slope, we should basically get a crazy launch right now. Let's see if it'll work. Here we go. Oh, okay, well, we kind of clipped into the ground. If you want to see an example where I go slower, I I won't do 90 speed this time. And you'll see it send me forward. Let's get to like 20 speed, and you'll see a nice result here. Alright, so we're at about 17 speed. Let's wait a little bit longer. And go. See? So that's all of that speed that we just stored. Now we're just keeping it by jumping, and we're able to fly like horizontally. So this has a lot of potential uses that we haven't explored yet or thought about. Depending on the angle, now we can like we haven't done the math yet, but I think it's like the more vertical the better, or maybe the closer to 45 the better. I'm not sure, but there's some line that right now I'm getting exactly 3/4, or not exactly, but very close to 3/4 of it is being converted to horizontal. So we need to figure out some angle math so that we know, how do I convert it all to horizontal versus none to horizontal? So how do you do vertical versus horizontal, and how do you like decide exactly how much of each you're gonna get? Because we don't want very much down. Down is bad. Down will slow us down because we're like hitting the ground, and it would also kill us because of the fall timer. So if we can make all of it go sideways and none of it go down, that's the really like big breakthrough that we want to find today. If I could find something that does that, that would be really good. And I think the answer is gonna lie in having the face angle be either as close to 0, 45, or 90 or 180 degrees. Like, it's gonna be one of those perfect snaps, I think. Oh, we just got a zoo raid. Okay, I can explain this to everybody again. I'm gonna give that exact same spiel again with drawing the diagram and everything to all the zoo viewers, okay? Sorry for everyone that just heard it, but this is gonna be on the exam, so take notes. Where did I put paint? Did I close it? Oh, okay, here it is. So let's just undo all my whole drawing here. So I have a setup here for a new glitch that we've been working on. You may have heard Zoo talking about it a little bit. So right here I'm on the warthog. I'm at the very tip of the warthog, so that if I back up, oop, I already had my speed saved. Nobody look. Actually, here, I'll just show you guys the result. But yeah, you see I had a ton of speed. So if I back up, I'll slide off this way, and if I tap forward, I'll like use the warthog as like a ramp down. So I'm like right at the peak of the triangle here. Let me bring up paint again to show you guys what I mean by that. So if we have a warthog that's like a triangle like this, so I'm currently standing right at the left side of the peak. And so whenever you crouch, we just recently found a glitch that basically every single time you crouch, you gain a little bit of downward velocity. It happens whenever your oval shrinks from you being like a tall oval to then it makes you like shorter. It basically crunches you in on the hitbox. So it gives you a little bit of downward velocity. Usually that doesn't do anything because you're just walking along the ground and like you like got downward velocity but nothing happened. Or if you're falling in midair, it'll make you fall slightly faster. And some people knew that from like multiplayer. You could spam crouch in the air and change your like fall speed. But it actually stacks. So as long as your feet are on the ground and you're not moving, every single time I crouch, the speed will go up. So look at the screen here where it says velocity. I'm spamming crouch, and now I'm gaining speed. The X and the Y are going up. So the XY is the horizontal component of my speed. That's how fast I'm going sideways. And XYZ is all three of my components together. So the horizontal component is 6, and the vertical component there is 10. So that really I only have like a vertical component of 3 if you do the vector math or whatever. So I'm moving both, or I'm storing speed right now both horizontally and vertically. And the way that it chooses how much horizontal or vertical speed you get is based on the slope that I'm on. So this angle here, because I'm on this angle right here, the game is trying to make me go, it's trying to slide me, right? And so every time I gain downward speed, it's actually pushing me down and this way. And so each crouch is giving me a little bit of down and a little bit of horizontal based on the angle of this slope right here. And then if I kick it off, because I'm gaining downwards and to the right, and I can use this face as the next like slope that carries it and makes me go forward. So I'm storing the launch and I'm kicking it off and I'm riding it down. Now let's do another example here. Boom. So we have about 15 horizontal speed right now. That's faster than a sword fly. Sword flies are about 12. Is there a max? Yeah, it maxes at 100 in the game engine, I think. But you end up kind of like teleporting and clipping through walls at anything more than like 50 or 60. At around 60 is when you start getting like clipping through walls territory. Rather than moving, you start like skipping around the map, if that makes sense. All right, we've got 34 right now. Let's go till 50. What did I go till last time? Let's go till 60. I said 60 is when it starts getting weird. Let's get weird. See what happens. '90 didn't work. Yeah, I think I had too. I think I was like slightly off center and had too much speed, so I just like slammed into the ground next to us. I have invulnerability on right now, but on Halo 2 Original, if you slam into a wall really fast, you actually don't take splatter damage. But on Master Chief Collection, on Season 7, you do, which is what the version they speedrun. On Season 8, you don't. So it really depends on which version you're playing. Alright, here comes 60. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, 60 didn't work. Let's try 50. Why do you need to do the trick to set the value? If you know the trick makes the change to the stored velocity, can't you just manually... Oh, yeah, but I actually don't... It's changing more than just that, because the Warthog is also getting some kind of velocity change, and we don't completely understand it, but you're right. I could just, like, open up Cheat Engine and manually edit my velocities if I really wanted. We will probably get there when we understand this trick more, but at this point, we don't fully understand like what's even happening. My explanation was a quick and dirty, but there's something more going on because there's a thing called a Havoc Island, which is the thing you crouch on needs to be like a movable object, like a vehicle or a box. And whenever you're like stationary on top of another stationary object, you become part of the same the physics Havoc Island, and that's where some of the weirdness is coming from. I don't know. It's not quite as simple as I made everything sound. Each axis, Debek. All right, I'm gonna try. Try 45. 45 seems like a good number. No, why are you sending me sideways? It was working with lower values. I'm on the same spot. I wonder if I'm like moving. I must be moving with an inconsistency, maybe. I'm not aiming at the same spot. Maybe I should do better at that. I'll just make a new checkpoint right here. And I won't touch the look stick here. Let me do that. Just aim at the same spot and tap forward. Actually, I'll just hold forward even. That way there's no ambiguity. You just hold forward. Right, let's try this at different values. Let's start at... Let's start at 15. Alright. Okay, 15 worked. We got... So, you see we got pretty decent speed there. That's faster than a sword fly. Alright, let's try 25. Actually, I'm going to try 35. Let's jump up a little. I can try to speed up how fast this goes as well by changing game speed, but I'm not bored of this yet. Once I've done, I just started doing this, by the way. I've only been live for 30 minutes right before Z rated. So once I get bored of all of this testing, maybe I'll work on speeding it up and making the testing process more efficient. But it's still kind of fun to me. I'm still learning. I was testing this in multiplayer on OG. I want to go try it in multiplayer, actually. I want to see if I can get a sick multiplayer clip after this. I wonder if it works differently there. Can you make a checkpoint? The problem is making a checkpoint resets your velocities. I said I was going to go at 35. Let's go at 35. Actually 40. I want to go even higher. I don't want to test too much. Let's go 40 and then go... I just tried 50 and it didn't work, right? Or did I try 45 and it did? I tried 45 and it didn't work, right? Okay, there's 40. 40 works. We got a lot of speed here. Alright, I want to go try some multiplayer, though. I still have that checkpoint. I can load it back in a minute. And it's not hard to make. Let's see. What do we have for multiplayer here? Have I tried this on Classic? Yeah, it works. I don't want to crouch so much on Classic, but I did a little bit. Coag could be cool to like cross the map, maybe. Maybe I can get something here. Oh, but I can't see the values, can I? I don't think the HCM works in multiplayer. I might be wrong. Does it? No, it doesn't look like it does. Oh. Okay, well, I can still try it, but I won't be able to see if it's working, is the problem. I wanted to try it on, like, a slope, like, back here or something, and, like, slide across the whole map. Like, which slope seems best? Maybe... I'm gonna slam into this rock most likely, but let's see if I even can slam into the rock. Can I make checkpoints? What happens if I load checkpoint? Let's see. Well, does it load multiplayer checkpoints? It does. Okay. So I can't. I can't see the values, but I can force checkpoints. What's force revert? Force revert is F2. Alright, let's see if this works. Yeah, this would be pretty sick to have, like, imagine, like, sliding down, grabbing the flag. Oh, if you'd have to have, like, a teammate throw it on top of the base. Grab the flag, slide off the top, and just zoom. Could you imagine? That'd be sick. Oh my gosh. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's tribes. Yeah, dude. I kind of want to set this clip up. That'd be sick. I wish I could see my values. I don't know, like, how much speed I'm actually getting. Why is my controller not working now? Oh, I guess it's because it's the macro's on. Okay. So I can take control once the macro's off. Yeah, I could time it, but the gain is consistent, but it's dependent on the angle of the warthog. So this angle is slightly different than the last angle, so I don't actually know. But yeah, I should just get out my timer. Let's just give this one a launch right here and see how fast I go. This should be pretty fast. Boom. Oh, I didn't crouch. That was pretty cool though. Oh, this is season 8 though, so crouching or sliding's harder. Yeah, I'm on season 8 just with HCM Fortune. What problems were you having with it? I had to fiddle with the crouch timing. I can send you the crouch timings that had worked for me. I used 50 down, 15 up. I don't usually use MCC either, but this seemed to be good. Alright, let's get a timer here. How long did I want to time this? Seeing if the macro made a difference. It didn't. Yeah, it took me a minute to get the macro like actually gaining speed on this version, but 2525 wasn't working for some reason, or 2020 or whatever Emito said he was using wasn't working at first, so I fiddled with it, and then I got it. Probably PC specs differences or frame rate differences. Okay, let me start a timer here. I should actually add the timer to the overlay so that you can tell me when I forget. I move this. How do I move you? Where's move to bottom? Isn't order move to bottom? Okay, now we've got a timer. Get that going. Okay, now we click back here. Click revert. Click that and that. Now we're timing it. I say we go for 3 minutes. Actually, let's go for 2 minutes 30. I think 3 minutes is gonna be too fast. The checkpoint manager doesn't work in multiplayer. At least not for the XYZ. It does work for checkpoints, apparently. Wait, I wonder if I can create a multiplayer checkpoint. I might be able to. Alright, let's... If I create a... No, it probably doesn't work. Oh no, let's see. I just created a checkpoint. Okay, no it doesn't. Reset the timer. You cannot create checkpoints. Wait, where'd my YouTube chat go? Turn this off. Hold on. Can't see YouTube chat. There you are. Today we're gonna be doing a lot of humping. We're gonna be... You guys thought we were humping boxes and shit before? We're gonna be really humping boxes and shit today, I tell you what. You guys aren't even ready for how much humping we're about to do. Looking for speed. Okay, I guess let's give 2 minutes a try. We should go flying here. Oh. Okay, let's go less than that. Yeah, Tithonians, we're about to take it off some sick tricks. Alright, I'm gonna try 90 seconds on this one. No, it's never been done legit, OSK. Oh, we lost all our speed on the slope here, but we went real fast. You guys see it? I didn't really announce it, so you guys might not have seen it. Well, alright, I'll go a little bit shorter than that this time. How can we use that though? I mean, hypothetically in multiplayer, you could do this at the start of the game. Grab a warthog, come back here, and crouch for 1 minute. It's really not that long, and then all of a sudden you're zooming. Like, the first minute of the game, people aren't going to really be shooting at you all the way back here. People are fighting over other shit. They're running to the middle of the map. Maybe the guy with the rockets would fire one up here, but they might not. They probably won't even see you. And then, like, once the minute has passed, or even less, you could do this. Oh, I missed it. I tried to go a little bit early at 50 seconds. Let's. How did I? How? I got a pretty good one that kept a lot of speed to the middle a minute ago. I probably should have clipped that one. I wonder if there's a this angle is not great because I slam into the rock and that's kind of flat and then that's uphill. So if I hit that, I'm gonna lose all my speed. I want to do something like this but more downhill so that I'm guaranteed to like be able to like skip off. All right, let's try it a minute again. Yeah, there we go. But I mean, I didn't keep speed, but like if I did, I would have been able to basically hop all the way across the map, right? Let's try this again. I want to do this on controller. I went it a little bit later than a minute there, right? I also jumped pretty early. I feel like I can control my slide jumps better on controller than keyboard. Base to base, yeah. Okay, I went a little bit longer than a minute. I also started the timer a little late, so let's call minute 10. No, I hit the box or the rock there. Yeah, I just didn't jump early enough. But I think that would have worked. Let's try minute 10 again. Alright, let's go a little bit earlier than a minute 10 maybe. I just need to make sure I jump off of the warthog and not the rock. I want to get a good one that slides all the way across the map is my goal right now. Not for any reason, just for like the Twitter clip, just to make it look cool. No, I wish I could keep speed better. It's season 8 is the problem. They've nerfed slide jumps. This would work on... Fuck it, let's just do this on OG. I can tire myself out for 1 minute of crouching. It'll look cool, and I should be able to keep my slide better. I don't want to break my controllers and crouch all day on OG, especially if I have a macro that can do it for me on... PC, but let's...
Slayer.
Yeah, I am thinking about setting that up better, Nutritious. I'd have to like bring in a second Xbox to contest the flag to make sure it doesn't disappear. I don't feel like going through all that trouble, but yeah, it would be pretty cool. That is the plan. Oh. Okay. Well. It works. But now my hand's tired and I don't go anywhere. Need to make sure I jump. Man, this crouching is not going to be fun. Also, there's no button layout in OG that you can rebind crouch to a face button or a bumper. The only crouch button is joystick, which kind of sucks. Are modded controllers allowed? No. I mean, for testing and glitch hunting and stuff, anybody can use any glitches or mods they want, but in terms of speedruns, no. Hand gets tired. Whee. No, I lost all my speed too. Well, let's go back. Let's see. At least it works on classic. I can make a cool clip there eventually. Let's go back to MCC. Okay, where else could I test this to get a cool result? Maybe burial mounds? I could clip into the skybox solo. What else is there? I'm trying to think of cool spots you could like clip into. You could probably clip in under the floor on foundation. Containment. Probably clip into the floor under the scarab. Terminal. That you guys don't have. I think I'm gonna try burial mounds. I wanna see if I can maybe clip into the skybox. Oh, you would keep it then, Kevin. Yeah, so I could like activate the launch checkpoint and then practice the slide jumps if that's what you're suggesting. That would work. It's not out of the question, Nazzy. Maybe not the whole 5 minutes, but you might be able to launch at the very end. That was something I wanted to test today, actually. I wish I could see my speed value to know how, like, when it's gonna restart. So if I gained a shitload of speed, this could do exactly what I want here. But I won't actually know my speed. Also, which slope is gonna be best? I wanna go... Might be this slope? I think it's this slope. Alright, let's let this go for 2 minutes. Actually, let's first just make sure it's working after 30 seconds. It's definitely working. Dude, that was a lot of speed, actually. That felt like almost all horizontal. That was a lot of speed. I was expecting more down. I bonked, like, here. This angle... What angle am I on? That... That was a lot of speed. I'm gonna, like, fly through this pillar pretty quickly. Like, with less time than I thought. Pretty sure. Assuming it doesn't reset my speed. Let's try it 1 minute. We just went at 30 seconds. Let's go at 1 minute. I might try those hills on the other side too. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Jason. Pretty fast. But was that faster? I don't know. I wish I could see my speed. We should get Burnt to update it for multiplayer. I know he probably doesn't want to for the cheating potential. But nobody plays this dead game anymore. Let me do glitches. I understand the reluctance to release tools to the public that allow like access to information like this because like you could get access to cheats easier, but like positional information and data like this really isn't really cheating. But if you collect all this information for your enemies, then that's how you make cheats, because you just, if you wanted to make wall hacks, for example, you just look at this data and then you draw a picture where the person should be according to this data. This is a speed glitch. I'm gaining speed. I wonder what like the most... I wonder if this is better or worse. Is something like this gonna be good or bad? How steep can I climb? I want some steep-ish hill. Oh, this looks like a pretty good hill. That's pretty steep. Can I drive this up even higher on this, or is this... I actually want to make sure it's not on that next one, though. I hope it's not register. Maybe it doesn't matter which face it's registering on. They're both steep. Alright, I don't know if this sends me more down or more sideways. I think this should send me more sideways, right? No, Rexy, that's one of the biggest mysteries that I think we need solved is the limiter thing. I also can't see the values in multiplayer right now, so I don't even know when it loops. Good POV? Do you mean you can't see the game, or...? I can't tell what you guys can see. Did I mess up the OBS? Can you guys not see it? Okay, you do see it. Okay, which way do I go with this? Okay, that felt like basically 45, and I guess... Am I going at the exact same angle as this slope? Or this slope? I'm pretty sure it's this slope. I think the one that matters is the slope that... It's the perpendicular to the slope that the front of the warthog makes. I'm pretty sure that's what matters. So right now, this slope is this way, which means this slope is this way. And that'll almost always... Is that just a shape of triangles that means that the way that I'm going is basically the shape of this slope? Or is that crazy? No, because this leg could be different. But it is always... okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because it's a triangle. Sorry, I'm trying to get the geometry down in my head. I'm trying to figure out, like, how to get the most horizontal here. And my mind is telling me that the most, it's a 90-degree angle, but that doesn't make sense from what I've tested. Hold on. You know, maybe... I want the shallowest angle or the biggest angle? Because am I wrong to think that raising the warthog just, like, by... like, this much? So now the front is higher than the back, so we're on a slope. And now this angle should be, like, incredibly steep. Am I crazy? Or am I, like, thinking about this wrong? I want to make sure I'm right on the edge. So how much speed does this give? Is that not close to, what are we, that's higher than 3/4, right? This is a higher horizontal speed than we've been getting. Right? The other ones were giving me like 3/4 as a maximum, and now we're up to, that was 8/10, which is 4/5, like 80%, so we're 5% better. I didn't see what it reset at. Were any of you guys watching? It was like 30 on XYZ, I think. So this is what someone asked. What me and Rexy were talking about. What's the loop thing? The loop thing is basically the XYZ velocity is going. So if you look at my XY velocity, the XY is the horizontal component, and the one below that is the combined with the vertical component. So right now I have 15 horizontal speed and then like 7 vertical. I want to get 100% horizontal and no vertical, but that's not really possible, at least so far. But the point is I'm gaining speed horizontally right now, and then when I tap forward I should move, but I guess I have some down as well, when I guess I might just slam into it. Okay, let me try it here. This might just blow us up. Okay, it did. So the hog isn't slanted enough when it's so shallow to let me actually move forward, it seems. And if I were to do it from like here, this is going to give only vertical because I'm on less of a slope, right? Yeah, so now we're at like 1 out of 4. We're only at 25, so that's not nearly as good. Okay, what kind of geometry is... I need to, I guess, start living in... Fortune, you're not here by chance, are you? I didn't see him say hi. Fortune has a tool that lets him like look at the geometry of everything. I need to start looking at like not the textures, because obviously like the turret here looks like it should be blocking me, but I can stand inside of it. So I want to look at like the actual flat shapes that make up the world, and I want to find some good angles, I guess. It works on any movable object, so... But the Warthog seems to be really good because I can just manually change the angle of the Warthog very easily by just like setting it up on a slope like this. Like, now all of a sudden we have a new like face, right? Which I did want to try vertical here. Can I get this parked like 90 right here? That's not quite how I want to do it. Is there a better cliff I can drive this on? How do I make this more vertical? Use the tank? Like, yeah, the tank will work, but I need it to be like... it's not gonna work the same. You can launch off the tank, we've already done it, but... First of all, I want it to be more mobile. And second, like... The angles that it gives aren't like... as nice. But you can do it. So like we're gaining speed right here. And again, like 4/5, which this angle is good, but the problem is the thing that we're sliding off of, we're just gonna like bonk pretty much. I don't think maybe because I propped it up, but we are on this thing right here. This might help. I don't know. We'll see. We did get some speed there, actually. I bonked here a little bit, but we did have a pretty good speed. So we just need to be on a surface that is vertical on the edge. Let's make... That's how I make it. No, the pelican isn't really anything. It's not a real pelican. Also, is our stop velocity that stops at like 117 an Easter egg here? What's going on? Why does it keep doing that? Stopped at 1. I think I see this number pop up all the time. Is that like actually like on purpose? I feel like it might be. Like if you move forward and it like slides you and it takes a while to calculate, it looks like it just eventually makes your velocity 117. I think that's an Easter egg that nobody knows about. How's that a thing? Is that real? Okay, that all makes sense with what I thought should happen. So I want a very thin object. Or no, I want a very thick object. What do I want? Hold on. What shape do I want? I gotta get the paint back out. So if I have something that's shaped... I want it to be... I want something very thin. Thin. Is this even thin enough, though? What is going on with that? Like, updating your position to 117 random, or your speed. I want to figure out what's the lead on that. That seems like weird. Okay, yeah, so this just looks like it stays at 3 and 4 speed. But why? Why does this, like, why can't I gain speed on this? Does it have to do with its own... Do the dimensions of the object I'm ghosting on matter? So does that mean that something large... Which objects have huge dimensions? I know there's some. And like a bus is one thing, but there's something that's even bigger, I'm sure. What are the biggest objects in the game, I wonder? The scarab is multiple objects, like the legs are different, but the scarab is big, but it's also not really move. It's different. It's a machine piece. It's not really scenery. It's like programmed differently. Phantoms are pretty big. I don't know their shapes, but they're hard to find a corner on a phantom. See, like, why is the maximum amount of XYZ I can get like 5.4 here? So it goes up to 5.4 and then it resets, and then it goes up to 5.4 and then it resets. Why does this object have like a maximum of 5? But then if I come over here to like this object and if I just stand in the, like, let's just stand like in the middle and just look. So this one will go up to, I think this one will go up to like 11 and then loop, just standing in the middle here. We need to figure out what's causing the looping of the numbers. Why can't I gain like literally infinite speed? Why does it cap? Why does it loop? What's happening? What is different? Okay, so we're up to 17, 18. I don't know how high this. I know the very maximum that they can theoretically go is 100, but object stability. I don't know what that means, but okay, so it just up to like 28 or 29 or something. Okay, well I know some objects are like very stable. Like some objects are immovable. Like they're so stable they're immovable. What about those? What about like the Cairo boxes? Oh, I had an idea I wanted to test for co-op, actually. But, like, isn't this box immovable? I don't even know what my melee button is. Switch to controller here. Even if I take the weapons off, it still doesn't move, right? Do I have infinite ammo on? Okay, I am picking up the ammo. I'm trying to get rid of all the battle rifles to make sure that they're not, like, making this thing stay in place. I don't think they do, but... just doing it because I want to. It does, TC. Let's try being at the very edge of this box. I'm actually, I can probably just do it in the middle, right? What if I just crouch in the middle here? Do we gain speed? Okay, we do. Let's see what this caps at just standing in the middle. Like that. I don't know if this is what Mogami meant by like stable, but like okay, so yeah, this is just gonna reset at like 5.4. There's certain objects that have like numbers. Like 5.4 was the number we were seeing earlier as well. So like I don't know, there's definitely like some kind of limit of something being reached here. And I think if I do it on the edge here, so it only goes to 5.4 on XYZ again, right? Yeah. So this box has some, even though like before it was entirely in the Z component, when I'm in the middle of the box, like if you look at its entire, there's no XY, this is entirely vertical speed, and it breaks at 5.4 XYZ. And if I go to the edge, I can convert that to horizontal. So now half and half basically. It's not completely vertical or horizontal. It still breaks at 5.4. So whenever this box, whether it's horizontal or vertical components, whenever its XYZ is 5.4, you seem to lose speed. Let's try this box. Also 5.4. Try this box. So there's different types of objects. There are sceneries, there are vehicles. All of these boxes may be 5.4 things. Okay. Let me try one of these. Also, I'm on season 8. You guys might be getting better on season 7, Rexy, I think. I think Hark mentioned that you get like higher values on season 7. Did they implement some random cap that just makes like is this a season 8 change? Is everything just gonna be 5.4? Or I mean, I guess you said you're getting 11 on everything, and but so if this is all giving 11 while we're on flat ground, then if I move these objects to an angled surface, will it be different? Let's find out, I guess. Okay, 5.4. Okay, so let me try moving this thing. So we've been doing everything on flat. Let's try moving to an angle. $5.4. Johnson. $5.4. I wonder if this is a season 8 thing. Let's try it with killing the guy under us. Okay, so now we're floating on nothing. And now we can gain a lot more than 5.4. What's up with that? But I think now it's going to be like 11 or something, right? Now, isn't this when it becomes like 11 and then resets? Or is that not right? Okay, maybe not. So it'll be like 98 and 2 for the 100 total or something? No, but I've seen it be 102. But see, why do I have a XY component at all? It's weird, isn't it? Shouldn't the... Okay, well there, it just reset at 30 something. See, but why? Is it because I'm like in the open. I'm not near anything. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Marines aren't flat. But like every flat object you've gone off of, you've gotten 100. Okay, well I haven't reached 100 on like any, so I need to get season 7 is what you're saying if I want to test this even better. Because I haven't gotten that high on anything. If I just like Tantrum. Well, I'm tantrumed. I'm not high, but you want to? I mean, we should just try it, right? This is actually interesting. This is super low. I might clip through the ground, right? Because I shouldn't fall timer. Okay, it stops at 10 anyway. But yeah. Any minute now, we'll get a tantrum. What is that bird from Halo 2 Classic? Where is that bird? Where's my Halo 2 Classic at? Is it just in Coag? Or am I chilling on Coag? Yeah, I'm just chilling in Coag, okay. Why am I not getting a tantrum here? Give me a tantrum. About to start up quarantine zone and make the load zone give me a tantrum. I think this is not working. I don't know. I think something weird's happening. People around or things. Why am I not getting it? I maybe just figured out how tantruming works, if I'm being honest. Okay, now I want to try it here. What speed do we get? Griffin was able to get up to 100 from flat ground, he said, pretty easily on any tantrum. I think it's only going to give like 11 or 12, right? Then no. Is this going to actually go all the way to 100? I just had an idea. I just had an idea. What's up, Talmir? You don't know what's going on, so you're gonna dip? Alright. Currently watching my speed increase while I'm floating here. What's my tantrum cope? As soon as I get to 100, I'll show you. I'll tell you what I think it is. I want to try it again. With the pause trick on multiplayer, I feel like I definitely can tell when they'll work. But okay, it just stopped at 60. Alright. So you see, whenever I move, it goes to, like, my speed goes to 7, and then after a short time of standing still, it changes to 117, right? I think if I jump on the frame that changes, that's when you get a tantrum. I think that's what it is. Oh, and is it? It's weird, but it does. I think that's what it is, though, I swear. I think it's timing. I don't know exactly what causes the timing for the 117 to change, because it seems to change. But I feel like that's one of the things. Okay, the idea that I had that I thought was good. This is an idea I don't think that's been explored yet. So I was trying to think, what's the most vertical slope that Master Chief can walk up? Like, where in the game is, like, the most vertical slope? And I was like, wait, there's fucking ladders in this game. What's gonna happen on a ladder? You told me to try ladders yesterday? I didn't see that. It's 100% horizontal. Oh my god. It's literally 100% horizontal. It looks like it resets low though, but that's crazy. What causes? Now we gotta know what causes. Is it 5.4 again? It's 5.4. But like, what? So like I have, but like, so now we need to figure out a little bit different. Like, how do we? So obviously, like, being the slope that we need to stand on needs, we want it to be as vertical as possible. Like that obviously we get that. Fortune, you just missed a breakthrough I had. Ladders. They, instead of being vertical, they're horizontal. They're 100% horizontal. Okay, I think I'm right on the edge. So this isn't quite 100%. When I was standing on the ladder, I was getting 100% XY and no Z. Did you get anything? But it looks like my speed resets back to 5.4 every time. So like, we haven't figured out how to gain infinite speed here. But like, I feel like I should be able to get something. What if I did this on... Okay, none of those ladders overlap, do they? Oh, one of them does, maybe? We're going back to console. I think has idea. Where did I put my other controller? Do I want? Yeah. Metro and Arbiter both have outskirts. Both have ladders. Yeah. I was thinking about the outskirts ones in the tunnels and stuff. I think I know what I want to do here. I might be able to fly down the tunnels, maybe. But we're not gonna be able to see the health values. I guess does HCM have a BSP swapper? It does, doesn't it? I can just cheat. Let me just cheat. Let's go back to HCM, actually. This is going to be easier to test with cheats if I can see the values. Let's see. HCM does have a BSP switcher, right? Does it not?
Chief, wir haben was zu erledigen.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Ab
Oh, switch BSP, here we go. Okay, so it does. So if I cheat and I do a little bit of magic, and I change this to oh. Okay, I wasn't perfectly still, I guess. I want to be here, I guess, with the checkpoint. The BSP swap should, if the game is frozen, I should be frozen when the BSP swaps. Which BSP swap was that? I should not fall. Okay. Yeah, okay, well now we're gaining Pure horizontal. Is it gonna cap at 5.4? Well, that's cool. I should fly sideways when I tap now, right? XY represents my horizontal speed. So I think whenever I tap movement, I should go flying, is what I think should happen. You guys think it will? Let's go towards the ending, I guess, right? We'll try to do high charity skip. We'll go towards the ending. What am I on? I'm floating on nothing, but I was on a ladder, and then I switched BSPs and I deleted the ladder, and now I am gaining only horizontal. There's ladders on high charity? Yes. Which is really funny. We're about to have a use for a ladder. Alright, let's just try it with 65 here. I'm just gonna go. You guys ready? Oh! It worked! Let's go. Okay, so it's the normal vector to the surface that you're on. So the slope was that way, so I go that way. That's crazy. So here, I'll show you exactly what I did. So this is a ladder. If you imagine an arrow pointing directly into the ladder, that's the direction that I got speed. So first you climb the ladder, and now I am going to change BSPs using cheats. I could do this without cheats on some other levels, and I could make this work in co-op. I could probably make this work in some other facets too, but yeah, no, I understand this glitch like perfectly now. Because I found the max for horizontal and vertical, I think I get it. I think I just get it. And now I'll be able to gain up to 100 speed. So now I'm spamming crouch. I'm floating in the air. My last slope that I was standing on was the vertical slope. So it's converting entirely to XY. And now once I move, it will kick off the speed and I'll go. This will go all the way up to 100 speed. I'll be able to like slam into the edge of the map. Once we get to 100, it'll stop. This is crazy. Oh yeah, you could change your trajectory with slopes and with objects, yes. But the original launch vector is the normal vector to the slope. Yeah, Dabble, perpendicular. So what you want to do is you want to stand on any vertical slope, delete the slope so that it's no longer inhibiting your movement, and then you'll be able to launch through it, is basically what's going to happen. Probably fortune. Do you mean like off to the, if I went more to the right? Like if I was standing on the right hand corner of it kind of thing? I'll try that next. I was just reading your YouTube message, Daniel. I think I figured it out because I was reading your messages as well before. But I think it has to do with the timer. So I am using cheats right now to like you were right. It is timer related. You see my X, Y, Z position are numbers that are getting bigger. Those numbers, if you stand still, the game like freezes them at like very specific values. I think if you jump at the exact moment that those freeze is when the tantrum happens, and your method like helps you time exactly how to freeze it. So that's really cool. I think that's cool work. Nice job. Uh, for tantruming, I think we figured out how to tantrum consistently. Or I'm not. It's not easy to do. It's not like 100% consistent, but I think it has to do with some weird timers things. Okay, well we're about to hit 100. Here's the maximum speed. All right, we are at 100 speed. Prepare for liftoff, folks. Whee! Okay, so that didn't look that different because the map is huge, but just trust me, we hit the edge. We are at the edge of the map. That was so fast. That's crazy. I think I have an idea for multiplayer. This should be fun.
Slayer.
Oh, you guys can't see. I switched to. You guys can't see this, can you? Boop. So I want to do this here. I don't know if the... Should be able to just stand on my teammate's head and get it float, right? I think. Okay, yeah, it does work. Is he sliding down the ladder? I want you to be perfectly stationary. Stop sliding. Okay, apparently I do push him down the ladder. Okay, whatever. Oh, I'm switching back and forth, noobs. I'm doing all sorts of testing, but I'm going back already. You just missed something sick, though. I should do the one on the antenna. Yeah, I was going to. I didn't feel like getting all the way over there and dealing with standing either, though. It's the chief geo. So, but if I want to stand on the ladder and be, I want the thing that I'm standing on to be on the ladder. If that, I don't know. Here, noobs, watch this. Okay, so I'm gonna use cheats real quick to change the B. Oops. Click up here. Switch BSP. So now I'm floating. I use cheats for this, but now look at my speed. It is raising in only the horizontal direction, which this is. Oh, you guys can't really see it. Hold on. I know. Give me a second. Yep, you guys can see my speed actually. Ooh. So my horizontal speed is steadily rising right now. Let me get my chats back. I accidentally clicked off of them. Wait, how did I close my chat? Come back to me. But yeah, the fact that I'm gaining only horizontal speed here is a pretty big deal. There's no vertical component to my speed. How do we make Master Chief upside down? In a vehicle? Is there a way to get Master Chief frozen upside down? In a turret, maybe? Oh, that could work. What if you were in a vehicle, upside down, pointed downward, and then you got teleported and you hit a load zone? So now you're no longer in a vehicle and you're floating. That might work. Being a dead body upside down is also an idea. That's interesting to think about, yeah. Dead bodies can't crouch, but I might be able to use them as like my last slope. Okay, so I don't feel like going all the way to 100 speed, but here's what it looks like when I move. Boom, right into the wall. Yeah, so you were right, Fortune. We can get the angle we want. It's not really gonna matter because you would always die to fall timer, and this won't be faster. But yeah, you can get the angle. I don't. Let's see. Let's try this one. Yeah, I was gonna mess with that next, Fortune. Alright, what angle is this? Okay, that would be that would be a pretty good angle at least. Let's let this one go for like 25 speed, I guess. Alright, let's go. How much did I say? I wanted to get how much speed? $25. Alright, yeah, let's go for like 35 actually. Is Gondo clip finally here? No, but I can fly. Watch this. Whee! Okay, so we just get the 5.4 problem again here. Okay, so this is like angle. I'm on the ladder, but I'm not. What angle is this even gonna give me? Let me switch to BSP for here. What angle is this gonna give me? I want to create a checkpoint too, actually. This is not gonna save any time yet. That's not really how glitches work. Like, we literally don't even understand the glitch yet. It saves 0 seconds. It won't save any seconds for a long time. First you figure out how the glitches work, and then you try to make them in the speedrun. So you can get downward launches, like, off the ladder. You can get, like, a half and half kind of thing. That's, like, this checkpoint is, like, straight at the I Charity skip kind of thing, which is funny. Or how good is it? Let's see. Yeah, this might... I'm gonna let this run for, like... Let's see how high this goes. This might just, like, beam it to I Charity skip. Yeah, it's just the normal vector to the slope that you're on, Fortune. It should be relatively easy to visualize, actually. I haven't been watching the speed. It's still climbing, right? What do you mean? Oh, you mean crouching doesn't look fast? Yeah, once you get going, it's fast. But yeah, the time it takes to gain speed is slow. But I mean, I don't even care if this has speedrun potential. It's just cool. Like, watch this. Just boom. We just instantly launched almost enough to like hit high charity skip. It's kind of crazy from the ladder. I mean, really, we cheated, but still. What even? How did I clip out of bounds? I had enough speed. I had enough speed to clip through the ground when I landed. That's funny. All right. What else do I want to test here? How do I want to test this? Oh, okay. I remember what I wanted to test. Quarantine zone. Are we gonna skip gondola? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. It's really not the same as a backwards long jump. It's a lot more similar to a Pedro spot, which is something they do have in SM64. It's similar to the glitches where they gain speed. It's a thing where basically you stand still and you gain speed. And then once you move, you can kick off the speed. They call that a Pedro spot in SM64. Have I got any crazy XZ? Oh, dude, did you not? You just missed the shit I was doing. I figured I had to do 100% XZ. It's not. I understand the glitch pretty much completely now. I had a one that, or XY. I mean, I had one that was no Z. Ladders. So I cheated just for a second, but so it has to do with, like I was saying, it's called the normal force or the normal vector. But basically, if you just draw an angle, like an arrow, perfectly pointing into the slope that you're going at. So like, for example, like this wall, just perfectly straight at the wall, or this wall, perfectly like, so because this one's sloped, you have to angle down, or this one you have to angle down even more. So any angle that would point perfectly like at the slope that you're at, that's the direction that we gain speed. So when you're on a ladder, perfectly straight into the ladder is horizontal. What's the most I've done with no ladder? I had like, I'm getting 3/4, so I got to like, I don't know if I got all the way to 75 was the most I did. I got to, I can't remember if I let it rack all the way up, but I was doing stuff on, on Metropolis I got it up to 9, it was 90 XYZ with whatever 3/4 of 90 is. I didn't clip OOB, but I also had invulnerability on, and I just like slammed into the ground. Okay. Wait, how are you getting it past 50 without restarting? I don't know, it just seemed to work. Also, if I turned off, did I miss? Did I get any checkpoints? Okay, I did. Wait. How did I... If I got this checkpoint... Wait, no, I know where I'm at. Never mind. I thought I was at a different spot. How are you getting past 50 without resetting? I don't actually know how it resets at all. I don't know what causes the reset anywhere, but I'm on Season 8, and it seems just random. I don't actually know why it resets when it does at any point. If you could figure that out, that would be cool. Almost everything on Season 8 seems to reset at like 5.4. Like if I stand on this thing, it's gonna reset at 5.4. But if you're floating, it doesn't reset at 5.4. If you're standing on the thing, it will reset. If you're floating, it doesn't. Yeah, I have the AI frozen with cheats, so they just hang out. Okay, so what I wanted to do was, I guess, what cheats can I change my movements? What are useful cheats here? Useful cheats. Reduce. These aren't useful. I want flying. Where's flying? Oh, or player speed. I guess. I'll just turn on Sputnik. That should be good enough. What is my grenade button? What the hell's the default grenade? Just get out my controller. Oh, I didn't even consider Acro. I just turned on Sputnik. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to be standing on a very steep slope, like maybe... Can I stand on this one? Can I walk up this one? No. I can walk up this one, though. And so if I'm just standing here, I should get some vertical and some... Am I going to be out of bounds on this, or am I going to be in bounds? I guess we'll see. Let me not get a checkpoint. Okay, I'm in bounds. So, this should give, like, whatever... So that angle was this way. I'm showing my hand. You guys can't see it because my webcam's on. But that would mean that it's... Yeah, it should be, like, some X and some Y. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this all makes perfect sense. So in co-op, this will be super useful. You can just hit a load zone while your teammate's on a slope, and if you can make them float after that load zone, I think they're just gonna keep their speed. Or they're gonna keep their angle. So I think this is actually gonna be really useful in co-op. Because now I have a decent amount of horizontal and vertical right here. How do you get around the teleporting? I mean, some levels the BSPs are different than others. In co-op, you can get around teleporting by being out of bounds when you hit the BSP swap. Oh, it gave me a checkpoint. Bastard. Griffin says, disable natty checkpoints. I refuse. Can't make me. Okay, so this will point into the slope, which means when I fly, I'm gonna fly this, like, towards the right into the wall. So that's gonna be a little annoying, but the direction I guess, since I have so much, since there's nowhere to go, really, I guess I'll just do it at a low speed. My assumption is that I'm going to launch straight downwards and into the wall right here to my right, even if I tap left. So I'm gonna tap left, and I think it's still gonna launch me to the right. Yeah. Okay, I understand this. I get it. I get it. Is there a better BSP here? Or a better slope, I mean, on this BSP? What slopes do we have? Okay, so this slope would send me down and forward, which would be kind of nifty. I could, like, shoot straight that way, like, into the ground. There's no monkey bars in this game, or else you'd be able to shoot upwards at angles. That would be funny. Is there anything where you can be stuck to the roof in this game? I guess, Oracle, right? What's that? That's the library index thing, right? That's the library. Are you talking about where you get stuck on the air vent, Fortune? Or are you talking about somewhere else? Yeah, that's getting stuck on the air under you. But I mean, maybe like, what if like, I don't know. I know if you do like a sword fly, sometimes you can like make it think that you're like stationary. So like, what if I was the last surface I touched was this one, and then a BSP swap happened? Is it the last surface I jumped off of, or if I got like if I were to get a tantrum with my head against this slope, and my last surface was this slope, then my vector would be up and that way, right? Is it the last vector? Is it the last surface I touched? I wonder how do I test this? How do I make myself float? Can I just force myself to float in any way, Hark? Do you know? Like, with cheats here? No way to float in HCM. What if I just keep doing this? And then eventually I get a tantrum where I bonked my head. Is that possible? Okay, well, how do I can test this better by... I need to be pushed up against a roof. I don't think it's the object below you. It's the last surface that you were standing on. And that's exactly what I just did with... That's the reason that this... So the surface below me is, I guess, technically a similar angle. But, like, the reason that I'm going right now, my angle is going to go towards the right, is not because of the surface below me. It's because of the last surface I was standing on. So now whenever I activate this, it'll send me to the right. And it's not because of this. It's because of... where do I want? Tantrum fakes the ground below me. Yes, but a tantrum fakes if you're stuck with the object. So you're saying like when I tantrum, I will be just on a flat invisible thing, and that's... I'm not sure that I agree with that, but you might be right. I see what you're saying now. Okay, I know. How do I... How do I do what I want to do? I'm thinking... This is the same thing. This is why ghosting through the floor on... This is why ghosting works. This trick is ghosting. Hump launching and ghosting are the same trick. This is why ghosting through the ground works. This is why hump launching works. And this, like, whenever you bump into something, you're getting speed in that vector. I'm pretty sure this is the same trick as ghosting, isn't it? I think I understand it all now. I think whenever you do the crouch shenanigans where you like crouch under a slope and then clip through the floor on like lockout, it's because you're making it, you're getting humps off of the roof. And so the roof is I think I don't know. Or you're getting... Yeah, this all makes hump launching make perfect sense for sure. I think I understand more. I think this is ghosting as well. It's not exactly the same, but I think it's this. I think it's similar. I don't know. I want to make it where I'm like, turn back on acro. Clipping through things at a high speed isn't the same as ghosting. That's not what we're talking about. Like, we already know that when you go fast, you can clip through things. What else do I want to test here? I could try some outskirts horizontal stuff, maybe. That's, yeah, Hark brought that up a long time ago, actually, Fortune. Yeah, he thought maybe you're moving, like, the whole world away from you instead of you away from the world. But that actually might be right. You might be moving the entire Havoc environment away from you, and then once you clip through the wall, that's when it, like, once you change polygons, that's when it all upsets. Like, yeah, because all crouching is doing is giving you like a small downward speed that hasn't like activated yet. So bumping the world might be actually moving the world. And you might be giving speed to the world. I don't know. It could be that. I wanted skulls acro. Okay, I wanted to take a look at the ladders on this level and see how they look. I don't think this ladder overlaps with anything, does it? Oh, I also wanted to look at the vehicles, because the shadows or the turrets on this level are vehicles. So this should reset at 5.4 is my guess. Yep, okay. But if I were to do a little bit of magic and change this to this makes me out of bounds. Can I gain speed while I'm out of bounds? Wait. Give me... It doesn't give me my shit? Because I don't exist? I don't have a body? What? Wait, where'd my... Bring my shit back! Does being out of bounds break his stuff? Overlays... Season 8 is twice as fast? That's interesting, Rexy. Okay, it does just... Am I crouching? Okay, I'm not crouching. What? I wanted... Overlays... Did I gain any speed? I did gain speed, even though I was switched. Okay, let's go back to 0. I think this is gonna be interesting here. So I might be able to gain speed right now. Let's see. I have it turned on, yeah. Okay, no, we weren't gaining speed. And this doesn't actually overlap with any of the others, does it? Wait, does this... It does in this BSP? No, I'm out of bounds here too. Alright, let's go back. Okay, this ladder is a dud, but the other one shouldn't be. At least, it's not completely a dud. It's a dud for what I wanted to test in single player. But these ladders have... wait, these don't have ladders? I thought one of these had... These don't have ladders. I guess it's the... Is it only metros? Don't these in the middle have ladders? These are too far away though, so these won't work either. Metros might work though. These don't... Okay, there's a ladder here. I knew I wasn't crazy. There's a ladder here. But this one's too far away to do what I want. Let's go to Metro. Wait, no, that's... Let me load that back up. That's exactly where I want it. Oh, it didn't save my checkpoint. Whatever. I was hoping to be in the same spot. Or maybe it did and I just didn't have a checkpoint. No, I had a checkpoint. Accidentally closed my Twitch chat. Come back, Twitch chat.
highest concentration of Covenant troops is directly below the carrier. I don't think they want you to get on board.
Chief, the carrier just launched a wave of pods. They're inbound on your position.
I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter. They're surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not you and me. All of us. Humanity on Earth. Odd, I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
I'm in the wall. That's not what I wanted. How do I keep messing this up? Why is that making me fall? Am I not? I'm perfectly stationary. Let's get a checkpoint. Okay, here we go. So now I should be able to launch this way? That's which way it's gonna send me? Is there a better... This will send me really fast, like straight into this wall, is what it's gonna do. What's up, Dumb River? I'm gonna just, like, slam into that wall at like 100 miles an hour. Am I on tap 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 tap? I'm on season 8 right now. I don't know what else you're trying to ask. Ladder, yes, I'm on a ladder. It won't crash, Daniel. It, like, for some reason it resets the speed. So if I do this until... It'll either cap at 100 or it'll reset back down to 0. It won't actually crash. I'll let it go until cap. It should cap at 100. But it might reset at like 90. You're gonna have a hard time filling it up because they'll disappear on their own, Fortune. We've done it before. Watch Defy Logic's glitching video called Epidemic. We filled Coag up with warthogs and we blew them up, and we knew about the like chain reaction thing and the Havoc Island thing. We didn't like know it in the words that you've described it, but we did know about it even back in the day. But the problem is, once you fill up the world with objects, once they get too close to each other, they start to make each other disappear. You can only have like 7 in a very tight cluster before like one goes pop and disappears. Alright, so once I click W, I'm gonna slam into this wall. Should I do it at 90 or should I wait till it resets? Or if I wait till it resets, we're gonna waste like 2 minutes, but I want to see if it hits 100. It's either gonna reset at like 90 something, or it's gonna go all the way to 100. Alright, we did it. 100. There you go, Daniel. 100 speed. We're gonna slam right into this wall. You ready? Or it might be this way. I don't actually remember, but it's gonna be this way. Whee! That was cool. Wait, I could have... I have acro on. I could have kept that with acro, right? Because acro doesn't just gain velocity, it maintains velocity. Oh, did I clip out of bounds, or...? No, I didn't, right? No, because I didn't go through anything. I was just like right here. I just went all the way over there. Alright, is there another ladder in there? There is, that faces a better direction, right? Is there a ladder here? These aren't ladders, are they? They're not, I'm pretty sure. No. Not ladders. Did you see what I was doing with ladders, Hark? You were here for that, right? That's how I'm getting like fully XY now instead of no Z. So yeah, a ladder gives you 100% horizontal. So the direction that you launch has to do with the slope. So like this slope is like slightly slanted, so the direction it's gonna go is perfectly straight down along the slope. So that'll be down and to the right, like down this way, right? Perfectly slanted into a ladder is straight forward. So whenever I launched just now, I made a checkpoint on this BSP, and then I force switched it to the other BSP so that I was floating, and then I just gained 100%. So now I'll gain all of my speed will be perfectly horizontal. There'll be no vertical component here. So now I'm only gaining like straight sideways, and that'll launch me straight into the ladder. See, look at this shit. Boom. Okay, well, I have toggle crouch on. Wait, what? Did I hit a wall? What am I? What? I think it was... it toggle crouch because of acro. But, yeah. I forgot to turn off the thing. Alright, what else do we got? There's another ladder just on the other side of this wall, isn't there? Like right here? There's not one over there. Oh wait, is there? No. Oh, there is. Oh, cool, I can go this way. This is what I wanted. Okay, let's be as high as we can. Make a checkpoint. Switch BSP. No, we're inside the wall on this one. That's annoying. Why is this one? I'm like what am I in, I wonder? That's not fun. I wonder if I go on the bottom of the ladder, am I still on the wall? Maybe? No, never lucky. HCMS free cam, what's the free cam button? Does it have a default bind? Data management, debug camera. It's near the bottom. Free camera, simple settings, teleport. Free camera. Well, I do not. Okay, man, I am just barely inside this wall. Dang. Feels bad. Okay. Alright, let's continue on. Is this... Wait, that's the... I want this one. This one might be in the water. This one's good. This should be good. This was the one I was thinking of. No, it's not. Dang. Too far. That's a ladder, yep. Did you know there's ladders on High Charity? You missed my High Charity launches. I'll show you a sick High Charity one. What I want, free camera, where? And then I wanted to see how close to inbounds I was. I don't even know where the freaking map is. Where's the map? Okay, well apparently I'm not that close. Here, I'll load up High Charity and show you what I did there. Okay, so if we come right here, did you know that this was a ladder? And I can...
down all over the city. That creepy the library that Gravemind used us.
So now I went to the side of the ladder as well, the corner. So my vector, oh, it just reset. My vector's actually like perfectly this way. I might get like High Charity skip with this. But I cheated. I'm on the wrong BSP right now, so like this is cheated. But I mean, just the general concept of this is very cool. Oh, I got another checkpoint. Stop giving me checkpoints. I'll let this go to like 50 or 60 and then I'll kick it off. This is all co-op only? No, I'm in single player. What do you mean? I'm using cheats right now, but no. I mean, this is... Everyone's asking, like, where is this going to be useful in the speedrun? We're still figuring out how the glitch works, like, at all. We're not trying to go in the speedrun. We're not trying to save time. We're trying to figure out the edge cases and the intricacies of how the glitch works. There's no time save. There's no limitations of co-op only. The only limitation is knowledge. We're trying to learn shit right now. But here's an example for the investors. Take a look at this. Whee! That was cool. I overshot it like 60. I guess let's go for like 45, see what happens. Yeah, no, I think the goal is accurate on the screen, bootleg. $24 in an island. You have 28, but yeah. That's funny. I mean, also you have more than that because each vehicle also has a turret. But I guess those don't count? I don't know. Let's go at 45. Whee! Oh, this might actually hit it. Okay, well, we were too far away, I think. But that was it, right? I'm gonna try... We just went at 45. I'm gonna try 40 instead. Go a little bit lower. I could go on the other ladder and maybe get a better angle as well. I think the other ladder's probably better if I actually wanted to hit this. If I failed this time, I'm going to do it again on that one. Alright, let's go at 40. Whee! Oh, this is it, right? You're gonna hit? Come on. Oh, is that too low or... Alright, let's... I want to try it at like, what, 42 then? Let's try 42. Tired of typing the letter N, Mito? Alright, here we go. 42. Whee! This one's it. You're gonna hit it, right? Yeah! Let's go! That was sick. Obviously, like, that's not legitimate for speedrunning or anything. Just the fact that, like, I've been able to choose my speed, choose my angle. We can now, so we understand the parameters of how to manipulate this now. Which is, that's the breakthrough. It's not useful for a speedrun yet. Just the fact that I was able to, like, set that up and do it is the cool part. Okay, well now... Another thing I wanted to test was find some really steep angles that exist on 2 different BSPs. So this won't work. Where are some of the steepest angles that you can stand in the game? Like some really weird ones. Like this one's like really steep, right? But this doesn't exist on any overlaps, does it? Maybe it... Wait, you can't stand on this one. There are some... Delta Halo has some steep cliffs. This level has some steep cliffs, but like... Anything like this is what I'm interested in. It's like relatively steep. Maybe some shit over... But this doesn't overlap like I want. I want it to overlap, and this level doesn't have good overlaps. Let's try a different level. What's a level with some steep cliffs? Delta Halo has... Oh, Delta Halo's gonna be great for this, I think. Maybe? Regret's a good... That's a good thought. If this... Yeah, I like that drag. I'll try that next. Those are some pretty good slopes. I'm also wondering about some of the thinnest slopes in the game. Where are there places to stand that are so thin they're 1 pixel gaps? I know they exist. Why am I blanking on them? Where are places with like tiny 1 pixel gaps? Like the thing you're standing on is so thin it might as well be a pixel. Something like over here. This is what I'm thinking of. Like, this thing is practically 1 pixel wide. At its, like, peak here. See? This is like this is a pretty interesting shape. Very, very sharp corner here. I think there's some things that are even thinner than this. The glass at the start of Cairo, that's a very thin object. It's actually double paned, too, so it's twice as thin as you think. But yeah, glass is very thin. But that's the general concept. Those are what I'm trying to brainstorm and think about. Yeah. What did I want? I wanted. Okay. I wanted to just make a checkpoint and then crouch. How are we looking here? So this is like gonna cap at 5.4, right? Is this the same thing Mito was testing? Yeah. I wonder why MCC caps at 5.4, because OG doesn't. Well, at least it didn't on... Oh, okay, well... No, it does, but it's different. Yeah, I want to know about the 5.4 cap. It's the Season 8 patch. Yeah, but Season 7 caps on 10.8. It's just twice as much. Why does Season 7 cap at 10.8? That doesn't answer the question. What's causing the cap? Yeah, I get why. I think I know why they reduced it, because they patched like the slide jumps and the splattering people in multiplayer. I assume it's tied to all of the physics changes in Season 8. I get that, but I still don't get why it's capped at what it is. That's the question I want to know. Let's try switching BSPs here. I don't think any of these BSPs are actually going to be good. Wait. It's funny that you see this thing just like barely move between the BSPs here. Is that like the only change? Is there anything I could do with that? Like being inside of that? I don't think so. So funny. Okay, so I want to... So I know from testing on Classic that you can get some angled launches, but it's the last thing you touched. It's not where you're floating. I just remembered why I know you're wrong, Griffin. Because I was already testing this last night. Check this out. When you're floating on something, you're not standing on a flat object. It's the last surface you touched that you jumped off of. The problem is you can't get tantrums on sloped surfaces. It's really hard on MCC. So watch this though. I know a trick to get tantrums on sloped surfaces.
Slayer.
I was doing this last night. Let's see. I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but I'll be able to show at least an example. Actually, I understand a little bit better even now. I might be able to get a better example. Come on. Hit the bounce. No, I'm too short. You lost, Strimmer. You said whenever you tantrum that it'll always be flat straight down, but that's just not true. I'll show you. If I can ever get on top of this freaking building. Washed. It's this SMG. I can't see my feet. I'm gonna switch weapons. No, you were talking about how whenever you tantrum, it's like you're standing on a flat thing. That there's like an object under you kind of thing. But that's not how it works.
Those turrets will tear the pelicans to shreds. Take them out.
Okay, so look, I tantrumed, and I just tantrumed off of a sloped surface. So now, whenever I crouch, instead of going straight down, I'm actually gonna go this way. I'm gonna have diagonal. I'm pretty sure. Maybe, was that straight down? I couldn't quite tell. Maybe it is, I don't know. Was that not straight down? I couldn't actually tell. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that would go diagonally, but maybe you are standing on a, like an invisible object thing that's just flat. But then the latter idea doesn't make sense, because I guess, no, I guess I need to think more. Oh yeah, the pause thing, gunshot posted is real, yeah. It's not like, the pause doesn't actually do anything, it's like a timing thing, but it does work. It makes the timing, like, actually work. If you go from, like, just holding forward, spam, yeah, see? Eventually it works. Okay, well, I think I got, like, a perfect, I think this was perfect. So, if I move straight down, I'm gonna end up on the slope. I'm not on a slant right now. How can you tell? Okay, so that was straight down. So what do you mean your feet look different when you're on? Oh, so if you're on a slant, you can't see your feet. If you're on a flat, you can't. Wait. No, what do you mean? I don't know how looking at your feet helped you see the difference. But okay, so it was straight down though. Okay, so maybe it's not as clear as I thought. I might be wrong on this. So if it's, I need it to be floated from standing on flat, which I guess will only happen on so that will be more useful on co-op BSP switches. Let me try a co-op idea here.
Chief, wir haben was zu erledigen.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
Chief, wir haben was zu erledigen.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
Take out those turrets, Chief.
I want to flip the pilot out real quick.
Ja, also, wenn ich schieße, will ich auch treffen.
Where do I want to do this? So I could, I guess first I want this guy out of bounds. And then I want this guy to be like here somewhere. Are there any good slanted surfaces up here? Is everything just flat? There's no slopes? Where are the slopes at? Where the heck is this tunnel?
Sergeant, ich brauche Sie auf dem Vogel. Meine Pelicans bringen Rüstung und Verstärkung in die Stadt.
Where is this tunnel?
Die brauchen tauglichen
I've
Geleitschutz.
lost myself. Oh shit, I really lost myself. I need to be over here. All this work. Okay. Well, this is what we wanted. But are there any? Okay, this is more of an extreme slope, like right here, maybe. Oh, you can't stand on that. This also is not very high. I'd like to be higher than this. Maybe I want to be like. This is. Oh, that's not standable either. Let's just try this slope like this, whatever. Let's try this. Why am I not hitting the load? Wait, am I turned around? No, I'm not. It's right here. It's too high. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now I'm floating and I was standing on a slope. So my expectation is that my velocity should be horizontal now. Does this send me horizontally? Okay, it did. So you can do it that way. That's one way that's kind of interesting. Basically, whatever surface I'm standing on with this guy, so this is like a pretty sloped surface like this, I could keep my horizontal momentum really good off of something like this if you BSP switch and co-op. I would be going straight down this way. So where could something like that be useful, I wonder? You can also, like... I wonder, what about the Phantom? Can you store speed as the, like, as an AUP character? Can I store speed? I mean, I guess I'll do it first as, like, a grunt because it'll be easier to stand still. But, like, what if I store speed as somebody else? Like, what if I turn into a vehicle and crouch? Can I store speed?
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
Not every vehicle has the same kind of crouch behavior as Master Chief, though. Some vehicles don't even have a crouch mechanic at all, and some do. Like, if you crouch in the Phantom, it will make you descend. Like, you'll go downward. So it might actually work in a Phantom.
Chief, wir haben was zu erledigen.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
Chief, wir haben was zu erledigen.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
Okay, Feind gesichtet.
Okay, well, I'm a grunt. I don't think I've ever tantrumed as a grunt. Let's see how do I wanna make this guy float? What's the easiest way? I guess I just put him on my head, right? Yep. I don't have enough hands for this. This is hard. Oh, come on. Okay, there's... where's a better way to do this? Let's just do it on a ledge.
Jetzt wissen die mit Sicherheit, dass wir hier sind. Yep, da kommen sie. Da ganz oben.
Okay, is there like a corner I can drop onto, maybe? Because he's sliding pretty heavily. Can't get my bearings here, trying to control two controllers. What about something up here? Anything good?
Weiter auf der Straße. Links.
Tja, da hat wohl jemand geübt.
Best way to just get this guy on my head in a corner. Grunt. I'm just gonna do a different character. I don't want to do it as Grunt. I'm just gonna do it as, I guess an elite should be easy. Let's do who should I do? Could do I guess a brute on Great Journey is probably pretty easy. Is there a command with an explanation? No, not yet. But basically we found a way to build speed and then unleash it all at one point. It's probably not going to have use in the speedrun anytime soon, but it is a very interesting glitch with a lot of stuff to explore. Mario has similar glitches if you've kept up with any of those, but basically you're standing still and nothing's happening, and then you do something and all of your speed kicks in at once. Pretty interesting. Stupid Spectre, get up there. Yo, what's up, Ja? Thank you for the resub. I'm making you jump. No, I want you to jump up. I'm a brute. Why are you throwing grenades? Chill out. Oh wow, what? That gained a lot of speed. What? Did you see that? Just crouching on this dude at all gained him a lot of speed. It's just like I'm heavy compared to the other characters. Okay, let's find a better corner than this. This level has no good corners. Yeah, no. I've seen it, Griffin, but I mean, I'd never thought to exploit it in AUP fashion. Yeah, not only can you easily kill the last boss as a brute, you can then pick up his hammer. This doesn't require vehicles, Kevin. You can do this with boxes. No, my friend. No. I just got obliterated. This doesn't actually board, does it? There was something else I wanted to mess with. This was... I think this doesn't really board if I do this. It just stays... like... yeah, so it doesn't truly steal this. I think this will make the ghost more launchable doing this. Which is an interesting idea. Like, I think one grenade will send this guy further than normal. Did they go higher than normal? I mean, I can't tell. They got stuck, but I don't know. No, get back in. I insist. Will you not ride in this turret? I thought you would. I insist, sir. Did you guys know that there's a cut animation in this game? I bet none of you have seen this. You guys want to see it? That's not... so you guys have all been boarded by a brute, right? That's what it looks like when they board you? Here's what it looks like if they board the backside of a wraith, which normally will never happen in a normal gameplay, but if it does, here's what happens. They try to headbutt the backside off. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, there it goes. No one other than AUP has seen this. This is like a cut animation thing. Okay, now what was I testing? Will you fuck off? For some reason, driving in a Ghost as a brute makes me feel like the Grinch riding the tiny tricycle in the first Grinch Stole Christmas movie. Well, not the first, the live action one. Is it gonna delete me in here? Can I just do this over here? Oh, wow. Turning made him move, I guess. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well I did not... It does look like I have like a weird little like animation, but it didn't look like I gained speed. Maybe I need to like actually complete the... Maybe it's because I don't have a crouch animation. I know, like, well, I think the reason we get downward speed as like Arbiter and Master Chief is because we actually have a crouch animation, and it does something tangible. It teleports you have a bubble that is your shape. It shrinks your bubble and makes you small, and it happens really fast, and I think that imparts a downward force. If this guy's bubble isn't being shrank, he might not be gaining speed, which is what it looks like. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like he does not gain speed. Okay, well, what about an enemy that does have a crouch animation? The gradual animation is cosmetic. The hitbox shrinking is instant, yes. But the fact that the brute T-poses is because that they don't have like an animation to make him crouch into a smooth bubble, which makes me think he probably doesn't have a crouching hitbox at all. So there's nothing to shrink into. The reason he T-poses is because it should be instant and it's not, I think. Let's turn into an elite.
Das Einzige, was dir da noch bleibt, ist eine Abkürzung in die Hölle. Hey, ich hab gehört, ihr Typen schmeckt wie Hühnchen. Du wirst uns doch umbringen.
Wisst ihr, die Blutsväter haben diese neuen Anlagen wohl um die Alten gebaut. Als Schutz. Das ist aber reine Spekulation. Erst muss ich noch gründlicher nachdenken.
So elites actually do have a crouching animation. So I imagine this should work. Assuming I can get floating on his head easier. It shouldn't be hard to get floating on this guy's head, should it? Maybe it will be.
Ich weiß nicht, wann ihr schlimmer stinkt. Lebendig oder tot.
It's like pushing him out. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got there. Don't spin around and just crouch. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, elites do have valid crouching animations here. I'm also touching a wall, which might make it weird. Didn't seem to gain speed. I wonder if we need to be out in the open. Which is gonna make it way harder to stand on his head, though. Whenever you jump as an AUP character, you don't have mid-air control, and he also moves on his own because he has AI, so it may look like I'm fumbling around like an idiot, but it's because I actually just don't have character control. Like, I'm holding forward right now, I'm just holding full forward and I'm jumping, and I just don't have any air control. So you have to like back up to gain speed and then time your jump and like hope that the AI doesn't like keep moving. So I don't know, this isn't very practical. I can walk this guy under him though. Do it that way. This seems too hard, and honestly, also really not worthwhile. It's not like I can do anything cool with this anyway. Well, I guess I could just see if I can hump launch anything, right? Will this thing like wiggle if I hump launch it? No, I don't think so. Okay, well, what else do I want to get to testing here? I'm starting to understand it more. What else did I want to test? I wanted to maybe do a mountain, like a... something over here, maybe. be a good mountain? I wonder if these mountains don't perfectly line up. Do they? I thought you could walk on. You know? I want something steep like that. It's the steepest. You're pretty steep. Switch to PSP 0. Switch to PSP 1. Where is the map that overlaps with this? I can't remember. So that doesn't quite do anything on the mountains. It does do stuff down here. I could maybe find a good slope over here. I wonder. Gonna stop at 5.4, right? Yeah. Okay, but what if I change this to... Shouldn't stop at 5.4 here, right? Okay, and this is sending me, I think it would be this way? Is that right? Let's see. I'll go at like 20, I guess. See, get a feel of which way it's taking me. I think it's gonna go this way. Okay, it went down in this way. And that is because... So, what kind of slope am I actually on, I guess is the question. I must be on something that is, like, sloped down in that way. Is wireframe a setting? Custom waypoints, view angle... I bet wireframe is on here. I don't see it, but I bet it's there. Visual settings. Info settings. Okay, so let's just do it on a simple surface. So this slope right here, I'm expecting to launch normal to this, which would be like this way. So now let's switch BSPs. We go BSP 0. Wait, does this... So now I'm expecting my launch to go basically straight into the ground that way. At like kind of a 45-degree angle. Is that what's gonna happen? I'll get it up to like 15 and see. But this should be what happens. If everything that I'm doing has made sense to me so far, I should slam into the ground, like right here. Like forward and down. That's the plan. Let's go at 15 speed. Okay, yep, that is exactly what I expected. So, if we can ever find a way to float while standing on a surface, we can launch normal to the surface, straight down, perpendicular into it. Where is that going to be useful is the question. How to make use. There's another thing. Why didn't I hit the triggers? No. I don't need that ghost anyway. Another one right here. Okay, how did I want to test this? Maybe I'll do it at the hole. Why is my zoom in button that? I have a feeling if you played on a version like that didn't keep resetting you, that you could get a decent effect with like void portal or like the things that are frozen here, like this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting hungry though. I think I should call it quits for now. We got some decent results. I learned a lot. I feel like I understand the trick way better. the next step is to try to think of some experiments to test the edge cases and to try to think about where we can go faster with it. But I think I'm going to take a break and get some food. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Is anybody else testing this right now? Mito, are you live? I don't think anybody's live. I'll just raid Sloth. You were planning on testing it? If don't test it with your controllers because the crouching is just too much. You got to get macros, and I've been using PC macros. But I mean, yeah, if you want to test things, test all you want. Like always more eyes are good. I'm out of here. See you guys.